Hello, everyone. Welcome to Analytics are for the nerds. We are entering week 2. We're ready to go. Let's go.
This guy is in the Hall of Fame consensus Hall of Famer, and I think he sucks. Troy Aikman is absolutely
let's go.
So overrated. He is so overrated.
Those glasses that you're wearing and that fire behind you, I cannot even come close to embarrassing myself as much as you have.
Drink coffee, lady, tonight, yeah.
Thank you. And some people, apparently like me, don't like almond joys, and those people are in it.
I'm gonna give you the best deal, the greatest of deals. We need the tight end. We're big on the tight end.
You're not saying embarrassing songs. You're just saying songs that make you drive. So, like,
hard to deal with. And I'm just saying, there ain't no rules about a man having 3 legs. I'm just saying.
Nick Foles was also a 3-leg, but it's funny in the chat. Ellie just asked if we could get Ryan Coleman jersey. Funny you say that. I ordered it the day after round 2 of the draft. I ordered it that Saturday. So it's on its way. It's already pre-ordered. So whenever they start printing those things for shipping out, you get one.
wait. You paid money to the NFL when Louis could have gotten you one for Chinese?
I could have gotten you one that said KOHLM.
Coles, man.
Working all night, need more though. I remember nights I was poor though. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Up in my car and I get it up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Up in my car and I get it up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.
Somehow it keeps getting longer.
I leave for 2 weeks and you added an extra 2 minutes on that intro. And then it's like the song because you can't hear the audio of us talking. So it's like, get it up, get it up, get it up. And we're like, I'm glad I'm back.
I think you could hear the audio just fine. I think that's a hearing thing.
What are you doing?
I just saw your message in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Doing good. But how are you? We missed you. You traveled the world, right? Did you have fun?
The world. I went to a lovely premiere. They call it football over there in London. I went to a great Man City and West Ham game. I was at the Bills Backers Bar in London, and I just had the best time exploring and just having a good time. Yeah.
All right. So what now, having been to both a Bills game and a Man City game, premier English football game, which is better?
2 different experiences. And I hate to say this, but like, okay, so one of my pet peeves, and we probably all share this, maybe Louis is this guy, but you know when you go to like a Bills game and someone's wearing like a Lakers jersey and you're like, what? And they're not even playing like an LA team and you're like, what are you doing? You know, not that you did that, Louis, but I feel like you could have at one point in your life. And like, so if you're going to like a Manchester game, and you're sitting in the Manchester side, not the supporter, like not the opposing team side. If you're wearing anything but Man City or like the colors or anything, if you're not wearing it, you are not allowed to enter the stadium. So they are so strict with it. So if you're like in your like 218 section seats wearing a, Jets jersey and you're like on the Bill side, they'd be like, you're not allowed to come in. And I think that's insane and terrifying because like, what? Like, yeah, but it's crazy. So it's fun. It's just like totally different. I know you're also a soccer fan. Louis doesn't care about it, but it's just wild. It was cool. Again, different experience. You don't really stand, like you're told not to leave your seats. But man, it's like it gets in your soul, and like the cheering is just amazing. So way different experience. Bills games might be louder. Like there's more excitement at a Bills game, but when someone scores after like you sitting there for 78 minutes, it gets real fun. Yeah. Yeah, it's
I don't get it. I don't really get it. But to each its own. And I'm glad that you got that opportunity.
Oh, thank you. It was yeah. Well, I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad we won the Bills at least, and we've got a lot of fantasy football to talk about. A lot. We'll get into football in a second, but first, I love that.
I mean, we haven't had I thought it would be funny while you were gone if we did do an everything and nothing with Allie segment, and because you listened to both shows, I'm sure you know that we did, right?
You did not.
Oh, okay. That was a test. That was
Yes.
a test. I thought I was just making sure that you were in London, sitting at your cafe, watching the podcast live both Wednesday
Because
nights.
This is why I know, because I sent you guys a very funny screenshot of a celebrity breakup. It was Nikki Bella, who's I'm sure a lot of listeners know. She's a WWE wrestler, and she just got a divorce from a Dancing with the Stars guy. And one of the headlines said, what is it like? Nikki Bella was supported at a hot dog eating contest amid divorce. And Ryan's like, I don't know who any of these people are. So that's why I know there was no celebrity gossip.
We didn't. We did not do anything like that. But I thought it would be an insult. I thought it'd be an insult to do it without you here. So
you
we're
only talk
excited.
about sports.
So we're excited. What did you bring to us this week? What are we talking
Okay,
about?
so I think, well, one, how exciting was it to see Tom Brady broadcasting? Any thoughts on that? How terrible do you think he did?
I don't want to judge shit on Tom Brady. What, Ryan? Do you want to talk first? I would love for you to talk first.
Oh, I mean, I'll take any opportunity to shit on Tom.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
Yes, please.
I don't know. Yeah, go on. You start.
No, look, I can't even. I can't. I didn't watch or listen to his broadcast. I only heard that he would have like these very long and awkward pauses, and maybe it was because he has more restrictions on things that he can say or even observations he can make about the team, given that he's part owner of the Raiders. But I just found it amusing that, we finally found something that Tom Brady isn't the best at. And, thank God there's something out there that, he didn't just automatically kick ass at. So that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to a lot of that game when I got home from the Bills game. It was fine. But yeah, he was very, like you said, underwhelming. And it wasn't like, when Romo got in there, like, love him or hate him now, like, everybody was talking about Romo after his first game. Like, he had that personality. For half the game that I was listening to, I forgot that it was Tom Brady and they're talking, and it was just very dry. Did you see my favorite part of the whole thing? You see, like, when he tried to like fist bump Gene Saggiatore or whatever in the booth, and he totally just left him hanging. It was the coolest moment of the whole Sunday for me.
Aww.
But yeah, no, it was underwhelming. But I've heard the reviews be a little bit more harsh than what I thought it was.
Did you guys like not having to hear Boomer Esiason like shitting on every team that's not the Jets?
Yeah,
no Boomer.
Yeah, Boomer's exactly that, a boomer, and glad not to have to listen to that anymore. That's for sure.
Yeah. That was a plus, I think. A fun little thing. Happy Gilmore 2 is going to be in the works, so another sports movie out there. And then, this is where I am just garbage and trash. The Dave Grohl story that came out yesterday. He fathered a child outside of his marriage, and the sports connection to this, which we'll just say, is that Dave Grohl likes football.
Is that Travis Henry also has kids outside of what is
yes. That's I should have. Alas, he played catch with his dad when he was a boy. He was at Wimbledon this year, and he looked really angry. And now people are like, maybe he just found out that he had a baby, and then he has to sit and watch tennis for 4 hours. So Any thoughts on the Dave Grohl stuff? I know it's like, I love when rock stars are so cool that people like don't care because they're like, yeah, whatever, it's a rock star.
I don't think it's that. I don't love when people fall right back on like their religious beliefs after making like he's like, I'm working through this with my God and my, like and I did this out of wed. And I don't know if Dave Grohl talks like that, but
nothing about Seattle.
I did this out of wed, and I'm sorry to my Jesus and my kids and my wife, but I'll be back. Like, don't talk about your morals now, dude. You're a rock star. You did exactly what a lot of rock stars do. Not all of them get caught. None of them have someone else's baby out of it. I mean, I hate when they make like there's no decision that celebrities should ever make that they don't want. Like, I don't ever want, like, if you don't want to use a cut, then you could have kids. You can have tons of kids, but don't be so stupid. You don't ever have to make that decision where your only chance, some of us have gotten stuck with like, hey, if we walk away from this, we might not get laid for a few more weeks. Dave Grohl can go out tomorrow and make it better. Walk away from the girl without a condom is all I'm trying to say. A long way to get there.
I took something just entirely different from the whole situation. I just can't believe the Chat GPT ass type post that he had. I mean, it was just so like, I don't know, the way that he wrote it, it's like announcing like a head coach is getting fired from like a college or something. Like, we're gonna work and we're gonna try to be better, and we're gonna turn over every stone. It was just kind of odd. But I guess, what do you say in that situation? It's a bit awkward. Maybe just not make an Instagram post about it is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I know like the internet is insane, so I don't even know why I'm gonna state this, but when he said like, leave my kids out of this, and it's like, wait, no, like, we're on your kid's side. We like want to give them a hug.
Yeah.
Like, so like we want to outpour and love, so I don't know. It was like, don't be mean to my kids. And you're like, wait, what? I wasn't going to. Okay. But yeah, it's weird. It's do you think if he would have done this before the Tyreek Hill cop pullover scene, that everyone would have ignored this story? What's going on?
No, the Tyreek Hill thing was definitely the most important story of the week. I think Dave Grohl is just as big as he is in your head. I don't know.
Okay.
I just want to make sure. Like, we knew the news. We both were here, prepared, ready for it. Like, I think he's big enough that we all heard it. But I think Tyreek Hill outweighs Dave Grohl.
We finally got some comments on our live stream, and a lot of people are chiming in saying they really care about. We just said. So Tyreek, what are your thoughts on that? What do we think that we wish we had video cam when he was being really awful to his stepkid and girlfriend, or do we think that it
couldn't happen to a better person? I feel that the whole situation's horrible, right? Like, I mean, and that no one could watch that and be like, that's not cops abusing their power. They're just, you can't. So no matter what you think about the person it's getting done to, and now there's even, stuff coming out that he feels like he, kind of had some responsibility in it too. So whatever you want to even say about that person, there's no way you can watch that video without saying that it's police abusing their power. But yeah, like, I don't have too much sympathy for that man in many scenarios. So, and I'm using the word man loosely. So, whatever, he hit women. I can't really ever respect it. But yes, the whole situation in, like, when you look at other guys on his team that have been respected and went there and dealt with it right, that like had to deal with the racial profiling and everything too, and the other few teammates that showed up and a couple that got like handcuffs. Like, what are we doing here? What is going on? And how is that not? How are you so ignorant to you're like within a mile of the stadium and you don't know that this is Tyreek Hill? Come on. Like, you don't know, you have body cameras on and you don't know the 4 athletic men that are trying to get to the stadium are Miami Dolphins, dude. Like, don't tell me there wasn't some kind of weird shit with this story that we don't know yet. It just is way too weird.
I like the conspiracy theory. I mean, this is good. Yeah, I mean that. I'm
tinfoil hat.
It was like the car salesman thing. I'm sold. Ryan, what's your take? Any add-ons to Lou's?
No, I mean, I think it was bad on the part of the police department, and it's always funny, I think, when the cam footage comes out and the story starts to quickly change, right? Originally it was he was going 100 miles an hour, and then he was visually estimated to be going 60 miles an hour. So I don't know, it's predictable and it's a shame, but hopefully it just continues to shed light, and maybe eventually it'll start getting better. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm in on this 1 mile away from the stadium thing. It's kind of fishy. I like that.
It's just weird. It just really is. It's just so weird that like you can't tell me you don't know that one of the richest guys, one of the most famous guys in Miami, what he drives. They're pulling. I mean, he's got a fucking Batmobile. Who do they think's in the friggin' car? Like, I don't know. It was all so weird. I want to know what led to him getting pulled over more so, and so it's just, I think we're gonna find out more shit.
Yeah. We'll find out on Thursday when he gets pulled over.
Hopefully he gets pulled over before the Bills game. I will be totally on the police side.
Respect the blue line.
Respect the police, Tyreek Hill. If they come happy on Thursday, just pull over and be nice and talk to them and answer all their questions for 3 to 4 hours.
Men and women in service. So we had a very busy week one. A lot has happened. I know I'm going to actually just to my co-host Ryan and Louie. I'm sorry about your boy Puka. There's some bad Puka news. There's some bad Jordan Love news. There's a lot of bad that happened, and some really great AFC East games that all look like wins. What's your take? How was your week one fallout?
Well, fantasy football is back when you are debating how much to place a free agent bid on Tyler Johnson after a summer's worth of the most detailed fantasy football analysis. You're looking at yards per route run, and Tyler Johnson is the key to your fantasy football season this year. I mean, it's every year this happens. Week one in general, I will say, I think tends to be very much more deceiving than it is meaningful in the sense that you're taking such a small sample, and you're trying most people will just take something that happens in week one and just extrapolate it to the rest of the season and just say, oh well, this is clearly what's going to happen. Isaiah Likely is going to be is this my timer?
No, but extrapolate. You got
okay, sorry. Yeah, let me expound upon. Is that better? Okay. To expound it, to the rest of the season and predict that it's just going to remain consistent. I just, again, it's like something, who is it? Jakeem Bell or something last year was like a top 3 fantasy scorer for the Saints, and now he's not even on a team. It's always just weird stuff happens. But on the injury front, yeah, I mean, these are serious injuries that, for some of them you hear IR and so you're like, okay, it's 4 weeks, but for certain guys, with high ankle sprains and stuff, these types of things, soft tissues, they can linger, right? So you get 4 weeks out, but then when they come back, are they really going to have the same peak performance? Likely not. So you have to adjust. You can't just bury your head in the sand and say, oh, they're going to be fine. You have to take the information now and make the adjustments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously the big news is Puka, McCaffrey, and Jordan Love. Jordan Love, I had very little of. I think I have like under 6% of him. Puka, obviously, everybody knows I have enough of. I think I'm at like 15% of him, and then McCaffrey, whatever. I got the number 1 pick, which wasn't much. I I bet you I'm at like 7%. Let me see. I got it here close. Yep, 7.1%. It's like I study this stuff. But so I don't have. You expect injuries, whatever. None of them are season ending. That's great. Puka, hopefully gets to come back at some point. Although, to Ryan's point, I have put 107 bids in today for Tyler Johnson, who was a guy that was on no one's radar 2 weeks ago. So it's just funny how this works. And then a guy that we both have liked in the offseason, Jordan Whittington, could come in next week because he was inactive last week. He could come in and he could be the next guy that steps up. So we could just all be overreacting. I don't think we are in Tyler Johnson. I probably shouldn't be saying too much, seeing that a lot of my league mates have waivers here for another hour or two to beat mine. But I went pretty heavy on him throughout everything. I think he's a guy that with age and with the type of offense that they play, I think he's got a really good chance to step in and play that secondary role there to Cup. So, but yeah, just a lot of weirdness. Tight ends, Rye, like your boy Bowers, we were talking about before the show, had a nice consistent little game, but everybody's been so excited to just throw the bully tight end strategy right to the dirt here this first week. I think it's a little bit crazy to do that. I think a lot of the big tight ends, Kincaid still ran about a bunch of routes and was out there for a bunch. Kelsey just wasn't part of that game plan. Andrews, they were covering, over the top a lot, and that's what opened up likely. McBride, you can say, is a little bit of surprising because you would think that was going to be a mismatch for the Bills, but it wasn't. But what's your thoughts? I'm fully expecting a bounce back here. And I love Ben Gretch's point today. I believe Ben made this point. No, I hope I'm quoting the right guy. But like, it's all about, this isn't about separating it or the fact that the tight ends are going to always have these boom weeks. But the boom weeks that Kelsey and McBride and Kincaid are going to have are going to totally separate themselves from those ceiling games that the other tight ends have. So those are still to come, right? Like that's kind of my feeling of it.
I have zero doubt in my mind that that's still coming. Again, it's week one. Weird stuff happens. It is very much matchup based. You're right about Kansas City really just trying to take away Andrews and let other players kind of take the volume and Lamar just kind of followed that blueprint. So yeah, they're going to bounce back. I do expect someone like Kincaid especially to just walk into a 10 target game tomorrow. I mean, I think his over under is around 44.5 yards. I mean, I'm smashing the over on that easily. I just think he's, again, maybe fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, I guess. But if he does it again, I'll reconsider. But it's early in the year, and yeah, I'm not giving up on tight ends this early.
Yeah.
So I guess what we're announcing is we'll be off this summer, right, guys? I think that's what we're trying to say.
I think we we can't get through the week one fallout without taking my victory laps on J.K. Dobbins and Sam Darnold and Zach Moss. I mean, those are three guys that I've been talking about all offseason that had very good looks early on. Dobbins, of course, is the one that I've been riding. He looked great. There was a couple times where and again, now that I just want to be against me a little bit, the breakaway speed obviously wasn't there. He got caught from behind a couple times, and that's a little scary. And, how long is he going to hold up? We'll see. But he sure looks like he's the definite 1A until he does, get hurt or really hit a wall somewhere middle in the season. So
He's like that meme of Homer Simpson like standing up and like all the fat is being held up like behind his back and like he looks really good from the front. And it's just I also do have to put my hand up and say again, I've been victimized and wronged by Cooper Kupp because it looks like again this guy is going to be close to a league winner, and I'm going to have very little or no shares of him because I just don't trust my fellow white man, and I don't trust my fellow white man receivers, my fellow white man running backs, and it's screwed me over in the past, and it's doing it again this year. So sorry, Cooper Kupp. I guess you are actually good, and it's going to cost me some money, I think.
We'll see. We'll see if he still has to hold up physically, and I don't know. I mean, I know what it was looking like before, but Puka was still injured before. But like, let's see what this offense looks like in week 9, week 10 when fantasy games matter. Puka's healthy, Kupp's healthy-ish, maybe. Who knows? I'm not just assuming that Kupp's going to be who he was in 2021 yet.
I hope you're right.
One other thing I wanted to bring up, I think, but no, I can't remember. Brian, anything? What was your big disappointment? I guess. I mean, there's a million of them. There's more disappointments than wins. What was your biggest disappointment? I guess for the week.
Well, given my praise for them this offseason, I'll say the Falcons. Right? I mean. Cousins looking as bad as he did, and them not really ever having a kind of a counter punch for the Steelers, which, I know they have a good defense. I'll give them that, but it's just a little disappointing. You have all those weapons and you can't find a way to score more than 10 points on the Steelers. So again, it's week 1. Let's, calm it down. But at the same time, the calls for Penix are going to get louder and louder as the season go on, and it's week 1, and we're already hearing that on a $90 or $100 million contract, $120 million contract to Kirk Cousins. I mean, yikes!
He looks hurt. He really does. He looks like he can't plant that leg right now, and maybe that gets better. Maybe he shouldn't be playing right now. Maybe he does get benched sooner and whatever, but he does not. He did not look like he can throw off of that back foot right now. So it'll be interested to see, how that happens. Again, not overreacting after week 1, but yeah, a little nerve wracking there. I guess if I had to name a biggest disappointment, it was Kincaid. I mean, I invested in him a lot this year, and to the overall number, I can't sugarcoat it any other way besides it being a disappointment. But, you do get a little bit of solace in knowing that he ran the most routes for any, offensive target and was out there second most snaps, I think, to Mac Hollins. So, he was out there quite a bit running routes, and I think that will just change quickly for him. So not too worried about it. I think what we saw from the Bills week 1 is kind of what we all thought. And I just kind of wanted to believe a little bit more was going to be funneled through Kincaid, but I just think Kincaid's just going to be one of the 4 or 5 weapons that it gets spread out. And there's going to be a couple spike games here and there, and they're going to be much better for best ball, but I think they're going to suck. I think all Bills skilled positions are really going to be tough to know when to start this year. I think it's going to stay that way. I just they might have a high enough ceiling where you have to play them every week, no matter what. Guys like Coleman and Shakir and Kincaid, but I think there's going to be a lot of disappointments because I think he's going to spread it out so much that there's going to be games where it just doesn't call for a specific player, or a specific player is just a decoy. So it scares me, but we'll see.
All right. Week 1 is over. So good luck, guys. Fingers crossed everyone stays healthy. Let's move on to this week's Cats and Dogs.
Trying to get our 2 boys ready to carry them to golf tournament before practice, right? 12 cats live across the road. Our door's open. Screen's broke. We need to get a new screen door, but the screen's broke. So you can come in through the screen, but you can't get back out of it. I turn and look, there's a little kitty cat in our kitchen. So I said, what are you doing in here, little kitty cat? By that time, the cat turns, tries to get back out. That screen won't go that way. Cat starts going, meow, all crazy. And I told our players, we need more dogs. Bo's barking in the back. I have to go shut Bo up. Mel's like, what's going on? I said, there's a cat in the house. Cat in the house? I said, yeah, there's a cat in the house. So I told our players, I tried to let it out the front door. Meow, meow, the cat's still going crazy in there. And I told our players, you need to be more like a dog. We don't need a bunch of cats in here looking in the mirror. Do I look good? I got my extra bands on. I got my other shoes on. Be a dog. We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country. And it's a
Got him.
You did it. You did it.
Did it.
You did it.
8 years of high school. All for this moment.
Wait a second. The best part of the whole video was the fact that we had 15 seconds of a tear laughing emoji for no reason with like a little
I was trying to find the Benny Hill music so bad for that ending.
Why was it like
closest as I could get to
boobs bouncing though? Like the tears are just like blah, 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 blah. Like
No,
it was
I swear to God, it was so Wii Sports menu coded right there. Like that was just like, I swear to God, I was like on the Wii Sports like
I wanted to end it quirkily. Quirkily. I don't know if that's a word.
quirkily. If listener viewers, if you are just listening, you're missing a lot of Louis' excellent artistic abilities. For one, being our background screen are just a bunch of lovely foliage outlines.
I don't know.
It's amazing. It's so good. It's fun. But great job. That's a very, very good reference from a debate that happened yesterday. So this week's cats and dogs, let's talk about it. So I have my cat and dog this week. Since I was out for a couple weeks, I will tell you my hot take. My dog is going to be Tyrod Taylor. I love seeing Aaron Rodgers fail. I'm sorry, I'm dead inside. I know we've got a lot of conspiracy theorists out there, including Louis. But man, I just love that he has the same amount of touchdowns as Aaron Rodgers. Tyrod was 1 touchdown for 36 yards. Aaron Rodgers was 167 yards for 1 touchdown. I mean, go T Taylor. I love that. And then my cat is, since I'm a woman scorned, is Dave Grohl. And
that's so great. That's so good. Yeah, Dave Grohl really hurt you. I'll start with my cat of the week, and I think this is going to be more of a pro Jeff Wilson than a negative Jalen Wright tweet, but I'm going to go with Jalen Wright for week 2 here against the Bills tomorrow. I just don't think I think Jeff Wilson's going to get a lot more of this work. I think Achane looks like he's going to end up playing. It sounds like he's going to be there. I obviously Wilson got the rub last week, and Jalen Wright didn't even get the opportunity to address. I just think everybody wants Jalen Wright season, and everyone's excited for it, and they're going to think that this is the week. I wouldn't be surprised if Jeff Wilson ends up taking a lot of the work that people are expecting Jalen Wright to. So I'd say Jalen Wright season's coming, but don't expect it quickly. Don't expect it this week. And then for my dog, I think I'm gonna go with oh man, I'm gonna mess up his first name. Valley from Denver. Sorry, the wide receiver. It's just like he's another guy that I've been all over here trying to get in dynasty leagues this week and stuff. He's one, again, age and just opportunity that he got with routes ran. Obviously, something's not there with Franklin yet. There's really nobody else there. Sutton had a down game. I don't know. There's enough excitement there. I'm gonna bet on him until it becomes a dumb bet. And I think right now you can still get some value in thinking he's a sleeper.
I love that call. I'll give a shout out here to Nathan Yankee, who tweeted out today that the wide receivers with 8 or more receptions in the first week of the rookie season in the past 15 years, there's only 4. Des Bryant, Puka Nacua, Zay Flowers, and Devon Bailey. So, look, I get it. That's week 1. But when a receiver does something like that in an offense that might be good for, let's say, a PPR, he might not get a ton of yards. But, man, if he gets 8 catches, you have a floor of 8 points in a game. I mean, that's pretty nice. So I love that call. And I sadly agree with you on your Jalen Wright take that we're going to have to hold our horses at least for another week or 2. It seems like Miami likes to slow play their running backs, their young ones, because they did the same thing to HN last year. So my cat, again, I'm going to break the rules because I always do, and I'm going to give you 2. But it's Allen Lazard and Alex Pierce. Now, Pierce is the harder one because I actually do think that there might be some underlying talent there. I just think he's going to be too boom or bust to really matter in fantasy unless it's best ball and you're not drafting best ball leagues right now. So I don't see a situation that you're really ever going to want to use him, especially because A.D. Mitchell also had a lot of opportunities, and that's only going to continue to grow. And then with Allen Lazard, I think that's the easier of the call. I mean, it's Allen Lazard. I mean, I know he's going to get you a couple of catches here, but are you really ever going to want to start him? Probably not. My dog of the week, though, is someone that Lou knows I'm very interested in and believes that I believe he's a league winner this year potentially. It's Jordan Mason, and I think with this lingering injury we're seeing from McCaffrey, and the fact that San Francisco is just one of those offenses that if you can just get a piece of the backfield and you have the healthy guy, I mean, they showed, I mean, I think Mason is pretty good, but I mean, it's the scheme. It's the players around him. It's everything else that makes that machine work. And to step in there and to play against 50% of the boxes that he faced were 8-man boxes. So there were stacked boxes, and to still have 100 and whatever it was, 100 and something yards. I mean, that's incredible. So yeah, I'm going to ride the wheels on that for sure. And they may try to slow play this, and hold off McCaffrey for a couple of weeks. So I think you're going to get some nice value for a little bit with Mason.
Totally agree. All right.
Thanks for the 2, Ryan.
Yeah. Always.
Oh, all right. Right. I mean, we need, for once we needed to stretch it. Look at us, like below, we're moving quick. I mean, Allie's tired. She's, still trying to get used to the new time zone again.
Yeah. It's just, right.
Right. I'm trying to validate it for you.
You're so see, 2 respectable men, unlike Dave.
Yeah, we're not in the draft portion yet. See if you still want to call me respectable after this.
Oh God. Okay, so speaking of the draft, we're gonna draft. We did if you noticed earlier, we did do a little drop of the presidential debate. I don't know if you guys know this, but there is an election coming up in November, listeners. Yeah, vote. So because of that, we are going to draft the greatest debates. That's why I think you came from on that point, right, Louis?
Yeah, that's 100%. You were like, you never know how to read Lou's mind, but yeah, that was it. That was
okay. Perfect. Good. I like it. We're on the scene. We're best friends. So if you want to find the draft order.
here, and Allie got the number 1 pick, Ryan number 2, and I have the number 3. So Allie with the number 1 pick. What's the biggest debate of all time?
I think the biggest debate is the chicken or the egg.
A good one. That's a good one.
It's
I
great.
didn't even have it on my list, and that's a good one.
Yeah, that's I think it's my number 1. It should be everyone's number 1 because it's
Whoa, that was super Trumpy. It was my number 1.
Right.
Everyone's number 1.
And then I ate the chicken. No, but I think it's a good number 1 because I think that tends to be that first. I'm again. I'll take a step back. Sorry, guys. It's like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning for me right now. Because it's like one of those first debates you hear as a kid that makes you think like, yeah, what is it? You know, like, is it the chicken or is the egg? How do you lay an egg? But I believe the egg came first. I think how just science works, an egg was created and then it grew into something and then it hatches. I don't think it just goes boop, feathered bird, you know, like it has to form something. A little nucleus has to, then a little mitochondria and a little loop and then goo and then it cracks and then, you know, so that's my take, chicken or the egg, and I do believe it's the egg.
We just went through chicken 7th grade sex ed class.
Yeah.
I was like, just hanging out with. All right.
I love how you're like, yeah, it's clearly science that supports the egg that comes first because it's boop and goo and mitochondria and.
I love it. Not my best. I was always like,
it's just like science. He puts it through like a creepy crawler machine.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah, totally, right? I lost already. Okay. All right.
To one up you on the existential debates in the same vein. And again, I always do this, right? I always just leapfrog off of your ideas because I don't have an original thought. So I'm gonna draft nature versus nurture.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
And I believe we're supposed to give our take on that. And I am a firm believer in nature. I think it's all about nature because I have twin daughters and they have a generally pretty similar upbringing and they couldn't be any more different. So there, science, boop, boop.
But why do they look the same?
Ooh, I thought of that.
Nurture. I like that. That's good. That's good.
All right. I think one that should have been up here, and I kind of use this as an example when I talk to you guys via text. So like you guys probably know this, but like I think this is a big thing. And it's something that starts from a kid is which way sandwiches should be cut in rectangles or triangles. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, like a rectangle, like, and I think that people that have a strong, I don't have a strong opinion about rectangles, but the reason why I'm picking rectangle is because triangle people do have such a strong fucking take. They're like the Republicans of sandwich cutting. Like, I don't care, dude. Why do you care so much? And so because it makes the corners easy or something, and whatever. Why are we making things easier for our children right off the bat? Let's give them rectangle fucking sandwiches and let them do it the hard way, like I had to when I was 4. And then the other thing is what's with the no crust? Crust is the best part of everything that ever happened. If there's a crust on something, it's the best. If you don't eat it, you're stupid. Sorry, I jumped on that.
I love how you're making fun of the triangle cut people, and then you're like, because they take it too seriously, and then you just went like on a 2-minute rant about how great rectangles are and how it teaches self-worth.
Yeah. All right, that's smart. And then I gotta go with this one because it's so personal to me. And it's the fucking Android versus fucking iPhone debate. Wow. And Androids are so much better. And everybody hates me because I have one and none of you do. And I think it's jealousy, but it also ruins all of our group messages. I get it. And I don't want to ruin all of our group messages. I just want you guys to be cooler. That is all.
Real quick. Hey, Ryan, you want to just FaceTime for a second? Let me just.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, we'll
Ryan.
zoom you in.
Hold on. Let me duo phone call you real quick.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me Facebook message FaceTime you. I can do that.
Yeah.
Real
Can we,
quick.
can we get in the metaverse with you somewhere?
Hold on. Whatever. Those are my two. Back to you, Ryan.
I love it. Okay.
Those are good.
I have a couple. One that I want to talk about more that I think I'm gonna be able to wait on, and it's gonna make it past the turn here. So I'm going to take one that I think is at greater risk of being chosen, the great sports debate of our generation, which is MJ or LeBron.
Ooh.
I mean, I feel like that's the quintessential sports debate. It's really the only, I think, interesting one where you can make good arguments on both sides.
Yes.
I understand the argument with Jordan and his team accomplishments and his winning and his elite competitiveness and all of that. I do think that just on an individual basis, like who I think the better player is. Again, I'm biased. I've never seen MJ play, and didn't watch him as much as I would see LeBron, but I think it's LeBron. So maybe it's just me being younger and not knowing enough about MJ, but from what I've seen and I don't know, just how long LeBron's been doing this and how long he's been able to dominate at such a high level. That's my take on it. So,
wow. All right.
No,
I respect it.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Everyone just threw away their Jordan jerseys. Wow, I feel like I'm going to go real crass here. So okay. All right, let's do that. We'll do it. This is a podcast and it's 2 a.m. The biggest debate. I hate me. Okay. Boobs or butts?
You really struggled with that. That's not bad.
It's so dumb.
That's a great debate.
It's such a
That's a great debate. But now, per rules, you have to say which side you're on. Per rules, you do have to pick a side.
Rules, I guess. Yeah, I'll go boobs.
Okay.
Team boobs.
I'm a fully I'm a fully converted from boobs to butt. I'm a butt guy now. Was totally a boobs guy. Now like 85% butt guy. Boobs.
For the record,
before no, because I was so in love with boobs,
yeah.
I was like 100% boobs. Now I've moved away from there. It's like 85% butt, but
when you get a
still calm.
When you get a weirder relationship with your mom, you go into a butt guy. I get it.
That's
okay. And then what do I want? Is this my last? No, this is my my third. Okay. Okay. There's like a debate on whether or not Santa's elves should be paid minimum wage, and I don't think they should.
You were like, should I go crass? And you're like, I don't think Santa's elves should be paid. You get them, Ellie.
That's right. I want them to work for milk.
We're gonna have to clip that and get Ellie canceled tonight. It's really pushing the limits.
Imaginary elves, get this. Don't get paid. I think when people like lose their cool over it and they're like, we didn't need to get paid. Whereas they're not getting paid in this book and they're working all these hours. I'm like, calm down, take a nap, touch grass, as the people say, and just enjoy the nice Christmas storybook. Like, calm down.
I need you to say out loud that you don't really think that they're Santa's elves. I need you to say it. I need you to say it. I need you to say it.
I mean, if aliens are, what's to say that elves are not real? Okay. It's they're not okay. But also, if they were real, they should be paid minimum wage.
They should be paid. Okay.
This is gonna again sound horrible because I swear I had this as my next pick, but you just mentioned what my next pick is, which is aliens. Do aliens exist? I mean, that's a great debate. I love debates too where there really is no. I mean, I love when you can't actually be right or wrong, right? Like that's the greatest part of this. You can't prove or disprove anything really. So you can just kind of go off the rails and get really weird. And I'll go on record and say, yeah, I think it's probably more likely than not that there's other intelligent life out there. So yeah, hell yeah, there's aliens.
Yeah, Tom was right.
Sweet.
Yeah. Where are they? Do you
Where
think
are
they're among us? Do you think that conspiracy?
They were serving you the French fries over in London with your eggs for breakfast.
Probably, right? Yeah, fatten her up. I'm like, no. I like it. It's good. I dig it.
Part of this draft 100% has to be the bullshit that size doesn't matter. And that is, Allie, let's not lie, right? Size doesn't matter is a thing that was told to people that believe in Santa's elves. That's it. The same people that believe that they're Santa's elves also believe size doesn't matter. Correct. I believe that's how it works. I'll just leave it at that, but I think that needs to be on there. And then there's so many good ones here. I'll go through them. I think as an ode to the podcast and an ode to a previous episode, I will go with man versus bear in the woods. What would you rather run into, man or bear? Remember you talked about that on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's me giving a note to a previous Everything and Nothing with Allie episode. I don't know.
And what's your pick? You gotta?
Oh, 100% the bear. Every woman should hope for a bear. It's 100% a bear. The bear is the answer. Yeah. The bear.
All right.
I would rather have a bear than a man. Me, and I'm a dude, and I would still rather have a beer. Okay, go ahead. Right.
I have a couple.
Bear. Small.
A little man.
A little.
A little bear.
A little man. A little man.
A little man. Big bear.
Okay, go.
Size does matter. Sorry. Okay. We're all bringing it in. Look at this. Gone for 3 weeks and we're just hitting the punchlines all over the place.
Here we go.
All right. I hate myself for taking this last one because it's so overplayed and I hate every time it comes up, especially in Buffalo because everyone's obsessed with this.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to just take blue cheese versus ranch. And I think it's just been way overplayed. I like blue cheese better. I don't mind when people prefer ranch. I mean, who cares? But I think it's I like blue cheese stuff, so that's why I want to take it.
Yeah, I respect that. That's
Well, it was between that and either picking zero RB versus robust RB strategy, which no, I mean, come on, that's not a very good last pick, or hot versus iced coffee. I mean, come on, let's be real.
Yeah, you want to at least come off like a guy who's had sex before. So I respect your choice. No, I totally get it. Yeah. Okay, so my last. Okay, my last one is that you're so important on your birthday. Like when people are like, it's over the little kids, it's get it. Also I love a good happy birthday, but the birthdays that are extended and then your 44th birthday and you're wearing a shawl.
This sounds like you're complaining about something, not really a debate. What's the other side of the debate?
Yeah.
Is the other side of the debate?
I guess you're right. Okay, we'll scrap that. That's more me bitching. Okay. The debate that clowns are scary. They're not. They're just clowns. You watched a weird Jeffrey Dahmer documentary, or you watched it, and you're like, I'm scared. Yeah, if I watched a serial killer weird, I'm afraid of unsolved mysteries, so I'm like afraid, like, but I'm not afraid of like haunted ships. Like I just saw a weird episode of something. It's so dumb. Clowns aren't scary. Like grow up. You saw a movie when you were 6. You should actually talk to your parents about why they're watching you watch clowns attack children. That's the first thing. You should be afraid of like parental advice restrictions. That's
all right. I think I figured out what's going on here. I think when Ellie was a child, she had a birthday party where a clown came, but nobody else came. So that's why she has such a hatred of clowns and birthday parties.
And listen, Ellie, I'm one of those people that are afraid of clowns, and so you're like yelling at me right now, and it was because I had shitty parents that let me watch it, and I did watch it, and I hated it, and I still like right now I'm scared because you have clowns in my head, and now all I can think about is when fucking It's holding the balloon on the side of the road, waving at the fucking car that went by, and I'm going to sleep with that image in my head because you had to fuck with me.
so. I've never seen the movie.
Well, then you're not. That's why you're not scared of clowns.
Afraid of the movie, you're not afraid of clowns. Like Ronald, like have you? This is not a judgment thing. Has anyone here been to a McDonald's?
Yeah, Ronald's not just hanging out there. What the
Yes,
fuck?
he is. He's like,
hey, Ronald, who's back? It's not how it is.
People are afraid of the movie, not of clowns.
All clowns were scary except for Homie from In Living Color. That was the only cool clown I've ever known. I swear to God, I hate all of them. True story, I swear to God, my mom sent me to a Spanish-speaking school at 4 years old. And Spanish-speaking school at 4 years old. And I lasted a week. And I lasted the whole week. I did not care that they weren't speaking the language that I was taught. But on the Friday, the first Friday of the first week, a clown came, and I cried and called my mom, and I never went back to school. There, ever. I swear to God, it's a true story. I'll call Sharon right now if you need.
You walk in, and the clown's like, "Hola, me llamo."
I was like, it's and I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. I was like, "Are you it?" And he was like, "No," and I was like,
"No,
I don't know what that means."
Also, you know that language. That means you were watching a scary movie at 4. That is not a movie for 4-year-olds.
Oh, tell my parents said a lot. I also was watching Eddie Murphy Raw at 4.
Okay, Sharon, my love. Let's no. You have to no.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, so that's called you're being traumatized by a scary movie.
Yes. I don't I do understand I will say I'm on the wrong side of things here. I should not be scared of clowns at 4. So your take's not.
Jeez. I think Ellie's representing big clown over here. I mean, what's going on? She's really going to bat for all these clowns. I mean,
I know.
I just feel bad for all of us that like sometimes I put too much blush on, and us women had bad eyebrows for the last couple of years, and like I wear red lipstick, and that's
you're just sticking up for Ronald McDonald.
Like clowns being like hello, and then like okay, do you look at the like hamburger helper hand and you're like that was a clown's hand that got chopped off? Like, are you?
Well, now I'm going to.
Okay.
Now I'm not gonna be able to see anything else. Ellie,
no.
What did you see across the world? You're bringing back some fear.
I've been changed.
You've been changed. Let me mention some honorable mentions. The toilet paper over under I thought was good. Tomato, fruit, or veggie. Is a hot dog a sandwich is always a great one. Whether or not I put down whether or not we should do a 4-day work week, but I feel like that there's no debate there. I think that's a pretty one way to think. Is a straw 1 hole or 2? Quick answer.
1.
Yeah, 1 hole.
I like both your answers. Xbox versus PlayStation. Yanni versus Laurel. Remember that? With the sound. Blue versus gold dress.
Yeah.
Okay, one more that you guys got to answer. Because I didn't know this was a debate, and maybe we're but wipe standing or sitting? Sitting. Sitting, right? Okay. Well, then there was a thing where like a lot of people are doing it standing, and I feel like you should stop doing that when you're like 4.
How are you going to look at your phone? I also had once a cheater, always a cheater. And then drums or flats was another like dumb thing.
Drums or flats.
I like that one. I should have taken that instead of the ranch or blue cheese, I think.
No, that was yours is good. 'Cause people like lose their shit and they're like, it's just like it's like it's so dumb because like you can like both. You can like both. It's okay. It's just food. You know, yeah, I get it. Like I
know I hate myself for picking it. It's like,
oh, you did well, Ryan. I'm gonna vote for you this week.
Please.
Just so you feel better.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, right at an hour, we hit our 102nd live viewer, and we'll have to say goodbye to that person. Because thanks for chiming in. But guess what? You can rewind and watch the whole thing. But yeah.
Watch me get canceled. No.
Ellie, bring us home.
Thank you everyone for listening and watching. Please go on YouTube to like and subscribe. We are also live streaming on X. And are we still doing Spotify?
Oh yeah, we're on Spotify.
And we're on Spotify. That's a trick question. Thank you everyone for listening to Analytics Are for the Nerds. Good luck to all you fantasy footballers out there on your week 2. See you next week.